Hello? Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, if you check SP500 from 2013, you can see a very big move to the upper side. We have a very big move to the upper side from this point. There's this big move up, and then there's a continuation to the upper side. We have a correction, and then there's a continuation to the upper side. From that point, we have a big move up. There's a retracement to the lower side, and then there's a continuation to the upper side. Then there is this retracement to the lower side. So as it is now, the price has basically recovered everything we lost earlier this year. This was earlier this year when the coronavirus pandemic started. You can see they started with this small decline. There's a massive decline. There's a continuation, and there's even further continuation to the last side. After that, there's recovery where there's this big candle up, and as we're speaking now, the price is above where we started declining from last, like a few months ago. So, in my opinion, despite everything, this index is still upwards. We still expect more momentum to the upper side. We actually expect a break beyond the recent highest high, which is this one. The retracement which you saw, this big candle, is actually just a pullback. It's not a sign that we are now heading to the last side, but it's just like a pullback to the last side to give us the correct place to look for a buy from. We do have a trend line from the top. So this is a resistance here. This is a resistance here. And this is a resistance here. On the lower side, we do have a support from this point here. We have a support here. We have a support here. We have a support here. And we have a support here. So somehow the price is within an expanding wedge formation. As the price progresses to the future, you can see that this shape keeps expanding. It keeps getting wider and wider as we move into the future. So as it is now, we are waiting for a buy from around this point. We want price to give us a clear buy signal. So if the price comes back and bounces off from this point, then this will be the ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. The idea is not to pick a buy now, rather wait for price to give you a buy signal after breaking beyond this resistance, 3590.98. The next chart I want us to look at is SP500, USDJPY. Also there we have a very good shape. Sorry for that. First, this chart we have a support. This level is a very good support from the past. We had a support here. 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 And on the upper side, we do have this here. We have a resistance here. We have a resistance here, a resistance trend line there, and then we also have a resistance trend line here, and we have a support at this level here, this 100.523. Then we have a resistance here. The next resistance is at the top, which is here. So basically what should happen on this chart, we expect a move to the lower side up to this point, then a bounce off from that support to the upper side before we'll see a continuation to the upper side. This is what may likely happen. So if you're on this chart now, you should be expecting a move like this. Ultimately, we do expect price to reach the top, the resistance which you have at the top. So this is a buy. From this point we have a buy. From this point we have a buy. We expect those positions to push us even much higher up to the top, which we have here. So I hope that makes some good sense. This is what we expect on USDJPY. The next chart I want us to look at is GBP USD. GBPSD so far, if you draw a trend line from this bottom, it doesn't make a lot of sense. For me, that does not make so much sense, because if you take this as a support here, you take this as a support, you take this as a resistance, and you take this as a resistance, you take this as a resistance, and then the same place should be resistance in the future. So we somehow, if you look at it like this, we still expect price to continue up to the top. On the last side, we do have some support here. We do have from this point, we have a support here. We have a support here. We have a support here. And we have another support here. So if the price could have come back up to this resistance, then this was the ideal place to look for a sell from. If the price actually moved up to this point, then this was the best place we could have taken a sell from. Unfortunately, the price could not reach here before reversing. So we failed, we could not sell it unless the price actually had hit this level. So the last chart I want us to look at on the weekly basis, this is Euro USD. Euro USD so far, we have a resistance here. This is the resistance I'm referring to. We have this resistance, we have this resistance. On the lower side, we have a support. We have a support, we have a support, we have a support, we have a support, and we have a support here. Then we have a resistance here, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance. So the best levels to look for price is actually here, 1.17745 or 1.13778. If the price approaches any of these levels, then that will attract a trade from us. So we want price to pull back. If the price comes back to 1.17745, this is a good place to buy from, or 1.13778, a good place to buy from, or this level 1.06865. These places where if the price comes back up to, then you're going to be looking for a trade. So thank you very much. We'll meet again tomorrow at the sense. Thank you. See you.